Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and we're back out here in my hot garage. I got the fan on, and I just got done taking a shower because I was on an 8-mile bike ride. I'm trying to take care of myself a little bit more and work on the old Texas Gun Vault Tactical Dad Bod. But anyway, I received this box in the mail, and I want to unbox it and show you guys what's inside. I think I've mentioned what somebody recently did for my channel, and I have to give them a huge shout out and say thank you. And it just reminds me of how many blessings I have here at the Texas Gun Vault, that I couldn't do this without the help, the support, and the love of other people. And I am constantly humbled that what I create is of interest to enough people, that people want to subscribe to my channels, that people want to comment on my channels, and then people reach out wanting to help me in some ways. And there's been people in the past that wanted to help but couldn't. Maybe they just lived too far, or logistically it just couldn't work out, or the like. But there's some people, locally, you guys hear me thank them almost in every range report that lend guns to the channel. These are firearms that are very special to these people, that they purchase with their hard-earned money, and they're allowing me an opportunity to shoot and review it and to show it off and to create content. And sometimes the content I create, because I'm always honest, isn't always flattering of their guns, and they still continue to support me. And sometimes I take a step back and I just realized how blessed and humbled I am. And there's been people that have reached out in the past that I haven't heard from in a long time. There's some people that currently kind of support the channel. People have kind of come and gone through my journey in the Texas Gun Vault. And every person has been very important to me. And one of the things I know that I need to make sure to do is to thank each and every one of them every time. And the list is so long, I always say that if I made a list and talked about who helps me, I will inevitably forget somebody. And I don't want those people to feel left out. And I'm not the greatest person at always expressing my appreciation, okay? Sometimes I get so focused and I get so driven, and I have these little blinders on getting the projects done, that I'm not always the best. And so the people that still hang around and can put up with me at the Texas Gun Vault and what I do, it's truly humbling. And a couple of people that have helped me when it comes to the logistics and the hardware of creating the Texas Gun Vault, because I know that my new channel is all higher quality stuff. And I'm put that in air quotes, higher quality. But originally my channel started out with me filming on my phones. And it's one of the reasons I'm very sad that I lost my original channel, because it wasn't necessarily that the channel was, especially my older videos, put out great content. It was kind of a time capsule for me to watch my change over the years. I mean, I had videos going back to 2011. I was a very different person then. I was in a very different place in my life. And you can also see the quality of the videos and how, I guess, cell phone technology evolved over time to where we have these amazing cameras today. Now, of course, when it comes to my main videos, I use higher-end cameras. But for the Texas Gun Vault 2, I just record on my cell phone because it's just easier. I can just upload to YouTube and Rumble from the phone, not have to worry about editing, and I'm just doing stuff off the cuff. But there's a few people that have helped me when it comes to the hardware. People saw what I was creating and reached out to me in the past and said, I really want to help you. I think that what you're making could be great. You just don't have the production quality there. And before I open this and thank the person that sent this, I want to thank two people from the past that really helped me in this regard. The first person is named Nick, and occasionally he'll comment on my channel. I haven't heard from him in a while, but he goes by The Doctor. And he reached out originally and said, hey, I want to buy your channel a nicer camera. And he did. And then he bought me a different camera because I remember saying, hey, this one's a little bit unwieldy. I was just learning how to do this stuff. And he did all this research and said, hey, this is the vlogging camera that you need for your channel. And he bought it. And I didn't ask for it. I wasn't soliciting donations. I wasn't doing any of that. And he had sent me this camera. In fact, let me show you the camera he sent. And let me get it off the tripod here, because it's the one that I have been using for quite a few years now. And this is it right here. It's the Sony, I think the VZ1 is the actual model of this. And it's a little tiny vlogging camera, but it can record in 4K. And this is what I've been filming all of my videos on for years. And I do my very best to take as good care of all of my equipment as possible because it's so valuable, you know? And so this has been with me for a long time, making a lot of the content that you see. But I've realized, because I take it everywhere to every range trip, and maybe I can show you here, this thing has gotten beat to heck. You might not be able to see it, but I've gotten a bunch of dings and scratches. In fact, when I turn this thing on and the lens comes out, these little windows don't always open. I have to like manually open them. And if I shake a little bit, yeah, there's like some loose parts in there. I mentioned a while ago I dropped this camera, and it's still kind of working. I've been kind of limping it along. And the donation of this camera from Nick was something that I think propelled my channel a very long way. Another person I want to thank, and actually I think it's a team. I think it's a husband and wife team. In fact, I have a sticker that they sent. It has like their name. In fact, I'm looking at the sticker over here on my cabinet. It's a team, they go by Dre Bob Adventures. And they were a husband and wife team. I hope they still watch my content, and I hope if they're watching this video that they'll reply in the comments. But they were the people that sent me the audio equipment that I have. So this is the receiver, and I also have the transmitter here. So this is a Rode Link wireless lapel mic. And these have been around now for a while. I mean, you can, I can see the scratches on the outside of this. I make all of my videos with this microphone, and it's been around for a while because even now, when I take the batteries out of this, the little leads that connect from the battery to, I guess, where the power is picked up, it's broken. So I always have to be really, really careful. I've tried to use like a small soldering iron to fix it, but I haven't been very successful. But it works. And it's not really like a big deal. This thing works great, and yeah, it rattles around too. But I really appreciate them because this equipment has helped me so much. But this camera, as I mentioned, is about on its last leg. It's kind of dying on me. I can't always get the lens to work, and I had mentioned that, like, hey, I'm going to have to start saving up for a new camera for the channel. And a local fan and subscriber, his name is David, and David's a really, really cool guy. He's kind of a mystery to me. He has, I really don't understand what he does. I'm not saying because I think he's doing anything bad. He's just a really cool guy. I know he does something in the corporate world. I know he travels everywhere, and he has an amazing gun collection. And he's really, really funny because he'll go into a store, and if he sees a gun he really wants that's collectible, he'll ask them, do you have more of these back, you know, in the thing? And they're thinking, okay, you don't want the display, you want the one in the back. No, no, no. He wants all of them if they're like sequential serial numbered. Like if they have like 2 or 3 of these guns that he wants, if they're sequential serial numbered, he'll buy them all. And it's because he's just that type of a collector. He's all about getting the coolest stuff. And it's just amazing. I mean, the stuff I know that he's had and sent me pictures. Hey, I'm at this estate sale, or I'm at this gun store. What do you think of this? Do you think this is worth the price? Do you think this is going to go up in value? Do you think whatever? He's asking me questions because he's always kind of wheeling and dealing for his collection. And yeah, so he's kind of a mystery. but I've met him a number of times. He's lent some guns to the channel. He's really, really cool. I don't think when I've met him, he's ever driven the same car. I mean, I don't know. He has a bunch of cool cars too. So he saw that I mentioned that I had dropped this camera and it was on its last leg. So he reached out and says, "Hey, I want to buy you a new camera. What do you want?" And I said, "You know, you don't have to do that. You know, I really appreciate it." And he insisted. He insisted. And so he asked what I wanted. And I said, "I just want the same camera that I had." And he went online and looked it up and was like, "Hey, there's these new options." And I was like, "Yeah, I kind of saw that they're more expensive, but the one I have works great. It has everything that I need. It's compact. I know how to use it." And so that's what he did. He bought me a new camera and he sent it to me. So I want to show you guys and give a huge shout out to David. So got this in the mail today. Here it is. The Sony digital camera ZV-1. And that is it. It's the same camera that this is, but not broken and worn out. So I'm going to definitely put this to good use, and this is going to set the Texas Gun Vault up probably for another, I mean, if I got, geez, I've gotten like 3 or 4 years out of this one. I mean, this is going to give me another 3 or 4 years. And I think what I might do with this older camera, because as long as I can continue to limp it along, I may use this as my range camera because it's already gotten beat up. I mean, it gets shell casings hit on it and things. I do my best to avoid that, but it inevitably happens. So I think I'm going to keep this one to limp along at the range for as long as I can. And so if I can get 2 more months, 3 more months out of this thing, I mean, I'm going to be super happy, but that will allow me to use this camera here in the garage. And maybe, if my editing skills get good enough, or one of my sons decides to teach me, maybe I can do one of those things where I can have multiple camera setups, where I have maybe a camera looking at me from the front and a camera from behind, and I can sync everything up, and you can get multiple views, or maybe look at the target and so forth. But I'll have to figure out how to do that. But that'll be a little bit off. But this will allow me to continue the project here unimpeded. And so I really want to thank David, because this is an amazing gift to the channel. I'm honored and humbled. And as I said, I could not do this without people like him and all the people that I've mentioned. I don't know why people feel like they not need to, but want to, because I still don't feel that my content is that good. You know, sometimes I'll watch my videos, and I'll tell you a little secret. I edit my videos. In fact, I edited one today on the B&T APC9 SD MBT, short-barreled rifle, integrally suppressed PCC. And I edited everything, and I sent a version of it to Jack number 2, who lent it to the channel, and let him look at it. After I send that initial video to people and I upload it, I almost never watch my videos again, because sometimes I'm a little bit embarrassed. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I could have said that better. I could have done that better. I forgot to say that. I know it sounds weird for as much content that I put out. I don't really watch myself because I get embarrassed. You know, I'm like, that's not very good. That's not very good. That's silly. I shouldn't have said that. I don't look good on camera. I'm not charismatic. I stuttered there, or whatever it is. It's not that I'm hypercritical and get all down on myself. I just look at it and go, there's so many better people out there. But obviously enough people, and as I said, the kindness of people out there is amazing, that they look at what I do and say, I want more of that. Well, maybe they're masochists and like the torture, but some people look at my channel and what I create and go, that's what I want to see more of, and I want to make sure that he can continue doing that. And that honestly is just humbling to me. It's honestly humbling. yeah, so thank you, David. Thank you so much. This is amazing, amazing. So I got to unbox this and get this set up. I have a few things I need to transfer over to it. I have this little base here that allows me to put it onto my tripod and you know, attach it and all that kind of stuff, and that's easy to transfer over. But yeah, so that's what I'll be doing, and yeah, as I said, I'm just humbled. I don't really have much to say about that. So thank you, David. This is amazing and awesome. And anybody that's watching this video tonight that has lent guns to the channel or has, you know, donated something from audio equipment to video equipment to knowledge to firearms for me to shoot, whatever it is, people that have, you know, done the super thanks thing, you know, or joined my Patreon or any of that, I'm honored and humbled, and I don't feel worthy of any of it. I really don't. And as I said, when I get this, it just makes me evaluate what I do a little bit different. You know, I don't take it for granted. I look at it and go, you know, I can't let these people down, but I want to make the best quality stuff that I can. So it puts a little pressure on me, and it makes me just want to work harder. So thank you all, everybody that supports me here, and we're set for a while, hopefully on the video side. So that's all that I need, and yeah. But anyway, thank you all. It's a little behind the scenes. That's all I got to say about that. So the word of the day. The word of the day is going to be, well, it's going to be a phrase of the day because it's going to be multiple words. Thank you, David. If you watched to the end of this video, thank you, David, because I want the Texas Gun Vault community to send him a huge thanks, because this is going to help us so much going forward for years to come. So there you go. Thank you, David, for everything. So I guess that's it. So as always, thanks for watching.